Hi, I'm Leather Rock. Welcome to my channel. Today, I present to you my latest TEMU haul. And just so you know, these things might seem like luxuries to some people, but for a person like me, it's kind of a necessity. When you see what I have, you'll understand why. First thing I got, my YouTube channel is very important to me, and I need to assure its continuity. And you need to always keep an equipment, and unfortunately you also need to make sure that if the powers that be try to take down videos, you have a way to present them. So I've been trying to back up my channel, and I used to have a big Seagate drive. It was an 8 terabyte, and it was one of these desktop models that unfortunately when they fall down from 4 feet, even on carpeted areas, they break. Well, the company, I'm not even sure what the company is, but this is a 4 terabyte portable hard drive. Now, obviously, if you have as much content as I have, one of these is not going to be enough to back up your channel and all the other stuff you got floating around the internet. But if you get, I'm guessing, 3 of these, 3 times 4 is 12, that'll be 12 terabytes, which would be very helpful if you have been creating content for a long time. And my channel is over 14 years old now, so I've got lots of stuff. But as you can see, I can hold this in my hand. It's about maybe 3/4 the size of your average cell phone. It's got your thing that goes into this, and this goes into a something like a actually, this, because this is USB, this would go into a computer. So if you already transferred things from your other devices into something that has a USB connection, then you attach this to it, then you can back things up. And that's really something I need. So, ooh, what have we here? Alrighty. Now, sometimes they will take things that are each in individual bags and they'll put them in something else. So this is more than one thing. Now, let's see. Ooh, this is the dress I ordered. You know what? Let me see how I can give you a better show of this. I think I'm going to have to climb up on here. I had to guess on the sizing for this because most of these were children's sizes. I probably could have gotten something even smaller, but as you can see, it's long sleeved. It has 2 cats on it, and I just had to have this. Now, and of course, after I wash it, then we will do try-ons, but not in this video. Let's see what's in this box, this bag. Okay. Well, you have to be really careful with the sizing, I noticed on TEMU. Every manufacturer is different. These are from all over Asia and other countries. And the sizing, even if you look at the sizing charts. And I'm usually looking for as small as possible. And this is supposed to be a kitty shirt. And I wear very small sizes, even though I'll wear anything. Like this obviously is too big, but, oh, and by the way, this dress, this was actually a shirt that I picked out for my mother, and she said she hated it. So I got a new dress. Thanks, Mom. Now you take a look at this. This is a cat eating ramen. I am a ramen freak, and I love cats, and I saw this, and I don't know exactly what it says. Any of you guys read Japanese, you can tell me. Hope it doesn't say Americans are idiots or something. But you know how I am about cats. And look at that face on that cat. Oh, that cat is just so precious. And I saw this, and of course the color, and I had to have it. Oh, what have we here? I can get so many clothes for free, and that is such a blessing. That's such an awesome thing. So that means that I don't need to feel guilty when I decide to buy myself something. And believe me, these were not expensive. Now again, this was supposed to be extra small, but this may have actually been a men's shirt. But look at this cat. Isn't that precious? And I love this green. I have lots of skirts that will go with this. So I thought it was really a smart buy. Okay, let's see what's in this bag. Ooh. One of my favorite people that's not President Trump, Elon Musk. Now shirts like this you got to be careful on because they have this rubber iron-on thing, and they have to be really washed carefully. And if I were you, I would definitely wash something like this by hand, which is how I do all my laundry. Because if you try to subject this to a washer and dryer, it will probably peel. And so these kind of shirts tend to be really fragile. And again, this is supposed to be a size small. And I don't know what is small, but you know what? That's okay. Because you know, with a bigger shirt, sometimes you can layer long sleeves underneath it so you can use them as layering pieces in the wintertime. Okay, now I decided to treat myself to some pot leaf socks. If you are an inhaler of cannabis, sometimes you like to represent. Am I right? And I was looking for some practical colors that would go with things that I wear. A lot of times I like to wear these footless stockings. You know, they stop at the ankles, and so you wear any kind of socks you want. Check these socks out. Aren't they great? The colors are just perfect. I have pink fishnets, different colors pink that will go with this. I can wear them with green fishnets. I can wear with solid green stockings. I can wear them with solid pink stockings. And they've got the toe reinforcement that I like. And I just had to have them. Now, and back on the theme here, there is a deal, a package of multicolored socks. And you'll see why I just had to have them. Well, these, very practical, basic white with the green pot leaves. And we've got yellow with the green pot leaves. These feel nice and sturdy, not too tight around the ribbing area. Yellow, very useful color. Black with the green pot leaves, again, very practical and very useful. Especially if you're wearing open-toed shoes and you know how the toe sometimes ends up getting on the ground and stuff. So black is actually very practical. And also black and blue, very practical color combination. And a real nice glowy kind of blue. I call it acid trip blue. It's really, and this will also go well with your red, white, and blue stuff. Your flag stripes, a blue like this is very useful. And speaking of patriotic colors, we've got red and blue pot leaves on a black sock. Again, these are very practical for me. You know, and I'm all about practicality and saving money. And when you shop on TEMU, even with all the tariffs that I guess have been enacted, it's still a good deal. Something else here. I've been wanting to get pot leaf socks for a while now. And just because I'm wanting something doesn't mean I'm going to be shopping. You know, I really don't like to part with a red cent if I can help it. And I save, and I'm really glad I do, because now and then I have an opportunity to make what seems like an investment. Now, look at the colors on this, the purple and this beautiful teal green blue color. I have so many things that go with these teal shades, and of course the purples. And this is actually the back of this background of this could look like black, or it could look like dark purple, depending on how you look at it. So this will go with so many things I have. I like to look at things. I kind of approach clothing acquisitions the way I approach shopping or acquiring food. You look at something and you think, how many meals can I get out of this? What can I do with this? How can I fit this into my lifestyle? What is this? Oh, almost forgot I'd gotten this. Sometimes in order to get the free shipping, you're spending a lot more time looking around these sites because you want to make your minimum. And I'm thinking, okay, I've got the pot leaf socks, I've got the cat shirts, and I'm thinking maybe I should look for some more garter belts in different colors, because even though they are not an accessory that most people would find interesting, and that is kind of a niche product. But if you like that kind of fashion aesthetic, now look what I got. This is actually a built-in garter belt and stockings, and it's all one. It's all attached. As you can see, it's all sewn. And these are a sheer stocking, which is definitely not going to give you sun protection. And these are more, when people think of garter belts and stockings, they typically think of something sheer, something that you're not supposed to see except for in private, all that stuff. I don't wear garter belts and stockings that way. I wear them so that you could see the stockings. I see that in a similar vein to when you wear a long glove on, say you have something sleeveless like this, and you would wear opera length glove, which by the way, they come up to here. I love them too. But I'm going to show you where the stockings fall. You know that how they're worn. This obviously would go to the waist, and then these will stick out. And I wanted something that was a color that wasn't black for this, because I show my straps. And to me, it's just another fun fashion. And fashion should be fun. Now, there's one other thing that I got that was probably arguably the most important thing in my purchases. And for this, I'm going to need a mirror to show you. Do you see what I'm filming this with? I'm filming this with the new cell phone. This is not the 256 gigabyte cheapo that I'd previously gotten for TEMU. That I usually use for my live streams, because for some reason a 256 gigabyte phone, the filming part is used up at 35 gigabytes, which makes no sense at all to me. You know darn well the operating system doesn't take up that much space, and I haven't had it clouded with apps. As a matter of fact, the apps that I wanted, I couldn't even install on that phone. So I got a 512, is it 512 or 516? I think it's 512 gigabyte cell phone that has 12 gigabytes ROM, not 8. So you figure it has more processing power. And even if it fills up video and film pictures at 70 gigabytes, that's still a better deal than that cell phone that I got in Washington, D.C. that I paid over $500 for. And you saw that it just got lost or stolen anyway. And I still, by the way, if anybody knows anything that happened to that, if anybody is a local that's watching me and knows who stole that, there's a $100 reward for that original cell phone. And there's a $100 reward for that original Amazon Fire tablet. They have valuable dead cat pictures and video that I never got to post anywhere, and it means a lot to me. So, people need to really think when they steal the electronics of people. And I know somebody who, he checks to see if a phone's unlocked. If it's locked, or if he sees that it has pictures and video, I saw him erase the pictures and the video that whoever it belonged to. That made me sick, because there are people out there who obviously have no morals whatsoever. So that's why it might be a better idea to actually get cheap electronics and then back everything up. So if you lose it or it gets stolen, you don't take as big a financial hit. But sometimes you do get what you pay for. And when you shop on Temu, I've heard people have some iffy experiences with electronics. I haven't done too badly with them, except for I've gotten things that I never learned how to use, such as I had a little digital camera and I have a little camcorder. And they came with instructions, but were very, very, very badly translated. Fortunately, with these phones, I was actually able to figure them out myself. And I'm much more of a computer person. And I will give you now a little update on my computer issue. It got backed up by somebody I don't know. It was taken for me and done on my behalf. Once it was backed up, then it got sent off to the manufacturer for a replacement. I didn't want to get a refund because I only spent $300 on that laptop, which you might be saying, how the heck do you expect that you could get quality for $300? And I got the specs I wanted. Because any of my electronics, I like to try to go for a full terabyte hard drive space. I like to go for 16 gigabytes at least ROM, because I am a power user. And even though there's still a lot of things I haven't learned to do yet, I am still learning. And I have a few friends that actually called me a geek. They thought I knew more than I did, and I take that as a supreme compliment. I think that was all the goodies that I got, but I am really happy with my purchases. I think that was a hell of a thing. And the great thing is with the little things, they actually will, the mail person will actually shove the things in your box. You don't have to worry about these big packages that might get dropped off and then the porch pirates take them or something. If you know that something's small enough and it can be shoved right into your mailbox, then all you have to do is check your mail and you got your things. And what a wonderful thing that is, isn't it? So, what do you think of my scores? What's your favorite? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.